not only with the knowledge of past events of the MCU like Avengers Infinity War and how that ended, and the after credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was safe to say that Captain Marvel had some pretty big shoes to fill when it comes to the next chapter in the MCU. So it was obviously set up to fail from the beginning. The expectations were too high, right?
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above.
What is going on, guys? My name is Rodney, and I like Captain Marvel. Oh wait, that's not how I start these. If you already knew that I liked Captain Marvel, then thank you for coming back to watch me talk about how I liked Captain Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I do movie reviews, but you guys knew that. The intro's all messed up. I like Captain Marvel, and I'm happy to say that they did. Let's get into what I liked about it. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Really, really good. I thought she was charismatic. I thought she was funny. I thought she was kicking some butt, kicking some scroll butt, kicking some human butt, doing everything in the butt kicking area. I thought she was really good as Captain Marvel. Some people are saying she's miscast. I think if you have problems with her, I think it's more of the script. We'll get to the script in a little bit, but as far as Brie Larson as Carol Danvers goes, I think she played an excellent part. Sam Jackson, he looks young because they de-aged him. And Clark Gregg. Clark Gregg really isn't in the movie a whole lot. I think he was a little bit wasted, but he has a little bit to do there. He has a little bit of screen time, and he has a couple moments to shine. Samuel L. Jackson, really, really cool to see him, you know, be charismatic, be upbeat, be this new S.H.I.E.L.D. agent on the scene, on the beat, and it's really cool to watch him and Brie Larson interact. Their chemistry is off the charts. You can tell that Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's character means a lot to Samuel L. Jackson's character, so when he does call her at the end of Infinity War, it gives it a little more weight because you know the backstory of these two characters. Ben Mendelsohn, really, really good as the leader of the Skull People. Can't remember his name. Talos? Yeah, Talos. He was really, really good. There's a lot to his character. I'm not going to get into it. Maybe at the end of this review I will. But as of right now, all I say is he is really, really fantastic. Not only is he a menacing presence, but he has some moments to really show that he is one of the best actors in the biz. And he is definitely a standout in this movie. The rest of the supporting cast was really good. The person who played Maria, I can't remember her name right now, and I probably should have looked that up. Or is that her name in real life? And then the character's name is not Maria? I think her name is Maria. Yeah. Her and Brie Larson's connection, so to speak, I thought worked really well. Jude Law was also a really cool character. I don't want to get into his character a whole bunch because that's also treading on spoiler territory, which we'll get into at the end of this video. I see a lot of people saying that there was a lot of underdeveloped writing when it came to the script. And I totally understand that. It all worked for me, personally. The story beats and the development of the characters worked. For me, personally, I got enough out of it. But I could see where, you know, the script falls short in certain story elements. However, I do think that if the script took the time to develop the things that it said it should be developed, we would have a 2-hour and 35-minute movie, and I just think with Endgame coming up, which is most likely going to be 2:45 to 3 hours long, I do think the studio probably said, let's keep it to 2:05, 2 hours maximum here, and that's just me theorizing. It could be lazy writing, but the writing worked for me. Other positives I had of the movie, the score I thought was really cool. The soundtrack, at times it was getting a little too 90s, but it was not Suicide Squad-y. That's for sure. It wasn't even Guardians of the Galaxy level music. It was definitely toned down, but not enough for my liking. Other than that, you know, Captain Marvel was a pleasant surprise. I know that there was agendas being had on both sides of hating this movie, of loving this movie, of male critics, of white people. And with all that aside, I can say that I really enjoyed my time watching this movie. I thought there was good chemistry between all the characters. I thought this was a lovely origin story. I think Brie Larson is going to fit right in. However, I do have some negatives. the special effects, the CGI wasn't good. Not really good at all. There's a moment toward the end of the movie where Brie Larson's flying, and it's in the trailer, and she didn't look like a person. She looks like a Grand Theft Auto character, and I didn't like it at all. But, you know, that's a minor gripe. Goose the cat. I like the cat, didn't love him. A lot of people are saying the cat steals the show. It's a cat, and it does things. It was fine, but, you know, it is what it is. I would say the movie did take a lot of time to get its footing. I would say 25 minutes in, as soon as Sam Jackson meets Brie Larson is when the movie really gets into high gear. But until then, it takes a while to get its footing. You're kind of like, what's going on? There's not a lot of introduction into new things in the way that Marvel usually does it. They don't really hold your hand when it comes to this movie, and I kind of appreciated that. But when it's a Marvel movie, you expect to be, you know, a little bit more formed, and I guess that goes back to the writing. The directing was fine. It didn't really have a particular style, although there was a couple hallway shots with lighting effects that were really cool. But other than that, it was a very formulaic way of directing the film. But hey, Green Book was formulaic too, and I love the Green Book. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. There's not much else to say. I would put it on the Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Ragnarok level. I would say on any given day, I would like one of those movies more than the others that I just listed, and Captain Marvel's right in there. It's not a top 5 MCU movie, but it's definitely top 10 to 12. Once you start getting to 16, 17, 18, that's when the movies start to get not too good. But 15 and up is right where you want to be. My score for Captain Marvel is definitely going to be an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed this movie. Definitely go see it. After credit scene, voila. Okay, this is going to be spoiler territory. If you haven't seen Captain Marvel, get out of here. Come back after you see the movie. I'm Italian again. Pizza pie. Okay. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I didn't know this, and maybe am I messing this up, but Captain Marvel is not Brie Larson. It's Annette Bening. Is that supposed to be a reveal? Because I was kind of confused by that. And it's not Marvel, it's Marvel, and it's 2 words. But she's not Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers is Carol Danvers. Or is she Captain Marvel now? I don't know. But there's that. The best part of this movie by far is the changing of the story of the Skrulls. The Skrulls are evil in the comics. And in this, they're the good guys. And I really enjoyed that. Ben Mendelsohn being able to switcheroo all of us because he's bad in everything he is. The Dark Knight Rises, he's in. Ready Player One, Rogue One, he's bad in everything. And in this, he starts off bad. But if you think about the choices he makes and the things that he says when he's talking to one of his fallen Skrull members while the S.H.I.E.L.D. doctor is in the back, like, you might want to step back. And he's like, I will finish what we started, or whatever he says, brother, I will help you. I'm like, oh, what a creep. But in the second viewing, you realize that he's just someone who's trying to find his family, who's trying to find the rest of the Skrulls so they're not extinct. And I really, really enjoyed that. That was an awesome reveal. Another cool reveal was every time the Skrull would change into somebody, whether it was that guy in the beginning, I don't know his name, no idea, whatever, or when it was Coulson, or Brie Larson at the end, changing into the Skrull, it got me every single time. I'm like, oh, well, oh, that's not Coulson. That was really fun. The idea that Jude Law was evil, saw that come from a mile away. However, what I didn't notice until I really thought about it is that Jude Law was manipulating her memory, because initially she thinks that she's a Kree. She has, in the memory, she has blue blood. She sees Talos coming to kill her and to kill Annette Bening, but in reality, it's Jude Law, which is a really good reveal. The Tesseract showing up is pretty cool. Goose the Cat is like an octopus maniac killing machine thing, so there's that. And the after credit, or the mid-credit scene was awesome. Yes. They showed Endgame footage. Oh, so cool. It was Steve, it was Natasha, it was Rhodey, it was Hulk. I believe that was it. Was Thor in there? I don't know. But they were trying to figure out what Nick Fury's pager, who it was calling, who it was. And Natasha says something like, we don't even know who this is calling. Alright, I think she says, I don't know, somebody says, we don't know who this is calling, and somebody says, but Fury did, and he knows, and then, boom! Carol's there, where's Fury? cut to black. That was awesome. That was a clappy moment. Give it up for Marvel. And the Stan Lee tribute in the beginning was awesome. I kind of hope they do that for every movie now, but they probably won't. Hey, what are you going to do? Marvel's killing it. Can't wait for Endgame. Let's do it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is what I do. I review movies, do some reactions, do some commentaries, talk about movie news. If you like what you see here, please be sure to subscribe because it is free after all. No charge to you.